My dad died and left £3 million to my brothers but gave me nothing because I'm a woman. My dad passed away 3 months ago from a heart attack. He was a successful property developer who owned a bunch of rental buildings around Manchester. Everyone knew he had money, but nobody really talked about what would happen when he died. Last week, the lawyer called and asked me and my brothers to come in for the reading of the will. My brothers are 21 and 23, still living at home with my mom. I'm 27 and moved out 5 years ago to my own flat that I pay for with my job at an advertising agency. We all sat down in this fancy office with leather chairs and dark wood everywhere. The lawyer started reading through the legal stuff, and then he got to the important part. He said my dad left his entire estate, worth roughly £3 million, to be split equally between my 2 brothers. I sat there waiting for him to say my name, but he just kept reading about how the money should be managed and invested. I finally interrupted and asked if there was anything for me. The lawyer looked uncomfortable and said he'd get to that. Then he read this paragraph that made my blood boil. My dad had written that he was leaving me nothing because I'm a woman and my future husband will provide for me, that I don't need his money because someday I'll be married and taken care of. I'm single, I've been single for 2 years, I'm nowhere near getting married, I don't even have a boyfriend, and even if I did, why should that matter? I looked at my brothers, expecting them to say something, anything, but they just sat there staring at their hands. Not a single word about how unfair this was. They were about to split £3 million and couldn't even look at me. I asked the lawyer if this was legal. He said unfortunately yes, my dad had the right to distribute his estate however he wanted. Unless I could prove he wasn't mentally fit when he wrote the will, there was nothing I could do. I stood up and walked out without saying goodbye to anyone. My phone started blowing up with texts from my mom saying I was being dramatic and that dad had his reasons. My younger brother sent me a message saying he understood why I was upset, but that we should respect dad's wishes. Respect his wishes? His wish was to treat me like property that would someday belong to another man. I spent the last 5 years working 60-hour weeks to build my career. I bought my own car, paid my own rent, handled my own life, and my dad still thought I needed a husband to take care of me. The worst part was my brothers didn't even offer to share. They got £1.5 million each and acted like it was totally normal that I got 0. We grew up in the same house, went to the same schools, but apparently being born female meant I was worth nothing. I hired my own lawyer to see if I could contest the will. He said I could try, but cases like this rarely win unless there's proof of mental incompetence or undue influence. My dad was perfectly healthy when he wrote it 2 years ago. My mom called me yesterday crying, saying I was tearing the family apart over money, that dad always wanted to take care of his sons and I should be happy for them. I told her I was never speaking to any of them again. Then my older brother finally called. He said he'd give me £100,000 from his share if I dropped the legal case and stopped making trouble. Like $100,000 was supposed to make up for being completely written out of my own father's will. I told him to keep his guilt money. If they want to live with inheriting everything while their sister got nothing because of sexist garbage, that's on them.